first we'll see what is virtual reality is. So virtual reality is something which gives us an immersive experience to the users. So for example, once you wear a virtual reality head mount device and view that application, you will feel like as if you are inside that environment altogether, and you'll feel like as if you're teleported to that new place altogether, and you'll forget what is happening around you. So that is the experience which virtual reality gives. So if you say the same type of application in a laptop or in a mobile, you will not have that immersive experience. That immersiveness is possible only with virtual reality. And now we'll see what are the types of virtual reality devices available in the market. These are some of the popular devices. Of course, there are many other devices available. So some of them are HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Oculus Go, Oculus Quest, and haptic gloves. So these are the popular devices available. The last one, haptic gloves, is not a virtual reality head-mounted device. It's a hand gloves used for used with virtual reality. So with virtual reality, as I said in the previous slide, it gives users an immersive experience. So we'll be able to visualize ourselves in a completely different environment or a completely different place. So, but with the haptic gloves, what it gives is it gives a touch sensation or the tactile feedback it gives. So, for example, you are operating a machinery in virtual reality. So, how hard that machinery is, how rigid that object is, the shape of the object, how we feel it in real time by touching that object in hand. Same thing can be simulated using haptic gloves. So that is the advantage of using haptic gloves with the virtual reality. So haptic gloves can be used in healthcare and for manufacturing while giving training. For example, in manufacturing industry, while giving training to the employees. So if you are using haptic gloves, they'll be able to understand and they'll be able to feel how tough or how easy and feel the object also when on top of visualizing with VR device. So these are some of the types of VR devices available. So now we'll get into the next thing in extended reality. What is augmented reality is? So we'd have heard of this term often in the recent times. To explain augmented reality is something which adds an digital overlay or an 3D world in our physical space. So it just adds a digital overlay in your real world or your physical space. For example, in the current image in the slide, in that image, there is a US currency bill is there, and a person is scanning a US currency bill using his augmented reality mobile app. After he scans that US currency bill, the US White House model is shown inside his mobile after he scans that particular US currency bill. Since his background mobile camera is also on, he is feeling that as if digital overlay is happening at his physical space or it is a real environment. So that is the beauty, or that is the advantage which augmented reality gives. It just adds a digital overlay in your physical space. So for example, if you are going to buy a furniture or a sofa in your living room, so rather than buying and checking whether it is good or not, with augmented reality you'll be able to add that digital information or a digital overlay in your living room and see whether that particular furniture or a sofa is good enough in your living room or not. By this way, you'll be able to make a decision before even buying it, and you'll be able to interact with the digital world as with the in presence of a physical world as well. So that is the advantage of augmented reality. Yeah, now we'll see what are the differences between virtual and augmented realities. So we have seen the definitions, so we'll see the differences quickly. Virtual reality is something which gives an immersive experience to the user. So because of virtual reality, you will immerse yourselves into a particular environment. For example, as if you are viewing a beach type of application inside of VR, you'll feel like as if you are walking or running in the beach. So that immersiveness only VR gives. And the second thing is senses you are not under control of us, and it's under control of the system. So why the sensors are under control of the system is, since you'll be wearing a VR head mounted device and viewing the application, you'll be completely immersed, and but at the same time you'll not be aware of what is going around in your physical space or in your real world. So even if someone comes near you or something happens around in your real world, you'll be not aware, since you're completely shut off from your physical world, so by wearing a virtual reality device. So that is the disadvantages also with virtual reality. And coming to augment reality, it just augments or elevates your real world scenes. As I said in the previous slide, it just adds gives more digital information or a 3D world in your physical space itself. And the more advantage of augmented reality over virtual reality is user maintains a sense of presence in the real world. So it is like best of both worlds. You'll be like able to interact in the digital world uh, without losing any sight of what's happening around you in the real world. So you'll be able to interact both with the both the worlds. So that is the advantage of augmented reality or virtual reality. So for this reason only, many companies are investing heavily are in augmented reality or virtual reality. Of course, virtual reality will be more helpful in for training or for remote collaboration or for virtual meetings. So in these areas, virtual reality will be more suited than augmented reality. But comparatively, augmented reality will have more scope and more use cases are possible, since it is like best of both worlds. So you can able to interact with digital world, as well as we will be able to you are aware of what's happening around you in the physical world. So for this reason only, many companies are trying to come up with augmented reality solutions. So now, before we deep dive into virtual reality, how it's used in industries, we need to understand what are DOFs are. DOFs are degrees of freedoms. So there are two types of virtual reality devices available. One which offers 3 degrees of freedom, and the other one which offers 6 degrees of freedom. So you might have known the virtual reality box or the virtual reality cardboard, where you will insert a mobile phone and see the experience. So that is not the real virtual reality experience which you'll get. So I'm not talking about that VR box or a VR cardboard where you will insert our mobile. So the devices which I am speaking about us which I am speaking about are having a inbuilt device inside it, just like how we have mobile phones with 32 GB or 64 GB version. So these VR devices also having an inbuilt screen, and it is also having 20 GB, 30 GB versions in it to store the apps and view it. So in that there are two types. One is 3 degrees of freedom, and the other one is 6 degrees of freedom. So now we'll see what are the 6 degrees of freedom in detail. So first three images are rolling, pitching, and yawing. So rolling, pitching, yawing. What is rolling, pitching, yawing? So rolling, pitching, and yawing is only tracks your head movement, as you could easily understand from the first three pictures. So with the 3 degrees of freedom device, you'll be able to move your head around and see it. Your head movement around will be tracked. So coming to the rest 3 degrees of freedom, elevating, strapping, and surging. So elevating is moving up and down, strapping is moving sideways, surging is moving front and back. So with these 3 degrees of freedom, so it's not only your head movement will be tracked, your whole body movement will also be tracked. So that is the advantage of having 6 degrees of freedom. So more the degrees of freedom, more intuitive or more immersive the experience or the application which you view it will be. So examples of 3 degrees of freedom headsets are Oculus Go is the example of 3 degrees of freedom headset, with which you'll be able to see, but only your head movements are tracked. So example of 6 degrees of freedom headsets are HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest are some of the examples. So for manufacturing or healthcare for automobile industries, 6 degrees of freedom devices will be more useful. So for example, if they are simulating the whole manufacturing plant, and if you want the employees to get trained in that, so if they if they want to walk around and do an application virtual reality, for that only 6 degrees of freedom will be used. So I hope you all are able to see the screen. So if you have any queries, please post that in the chat window. Some people are already raising their hands. I don't know uh, for what reason. So if you have any queries, put that in the chat window. I think the chat window is enabled. Yeah. So now we'll see what is social VR or social virtual reality is. So we all heard about, we all know about social media, social networking, and in the recent times, social distancing also. So there's a new thing coming up in virtual reality industry, which is social VR or social virtual reality. So, for example, there are three things which allows people to feel close to each other. So those three things are frequency, diversity, and strength. So frequency is how frequently we are interacting with our friends or family members. That's the frequency factor. Diversity is what are the different things we do together. And strength is the strength of the conversation which you meet frequently, or the diverse things which you do. So strength will be more. So if these three things are there, so people will feel close to each other. With the current technology we have, just like the mobile phones or with the webinars we have, we'll be able to share the information and we will able to talk to each other, and even we can see each other in video. But though the frequency factor is there, the diversity factor is missing. So what if that different things we are not able to do together with the current technology? What if you want to go to an event together or go to a shopping together virtually? So those things are not possible with the current technology. So those things are made possible with virtual reality. So that is what is social VR or social virtual reality is. So we'll see how that works. Just a minute. So how it works is, so once you wear a virtual reality device, and you'll be entering a virtual reality universe or a VR sandbox environment, where you'll be able to build your own games and environments and play and socialize with friends as you would do physically or in the real world, and explore the user-generated landscapes which others has done it. So how it will further work is, so as you could see from the images in the current slide, so there are 3D avatars are given in this slide. So these 3D avatars are custom 3D avatars for each unique users. For example, if I am wearing a VR headset and entering the VR universe, I'll be having my own custom avatar. And if you are entering that VR universe, you will be having your own custom avatars, and we both will be interacting with each other using our custom avatars. So, and we'll be able to do things as we would do in a normal world, like explore the places or go to an event together and socialize with other friends virtually. So all these things is possible with the social virtual reality. Even Facebook is coming up with a concept called a codec avatar, which is like those 3D avatars will be the exact replica of our physical, how we look physically. So if you are having an exact replica of our 3D model, so we'll be able to easily associate with friends and family members, and that rapport and the closeness will also increase. So though it is virtually, since it is our exact replica, we'll be able to interact more and do things more as we would do normally in the physical environment. So this is one area where companies are trying to bring users into virtual reality, just like how we are using Facebook and WhatsApp. So the next thing will be, we'll be moving into how we'll be getting connected using virtual reality. Yeah, now we'll see how the virtual reality can be used in any industry or for any enterprise. So any industry will use VR if it satisfies these three things: if it is time efficient, cost effective, and measurable. So of course, involving virtual reality is time efficient. So if an employee is given training in virtual reality, so he or she will be able to do the task quickly in real time. So time efficient is there. Measurable, of course it is measurable. So based on how they perform virtually using VR, we can give them task in real time, and based on that we can allocate them tasks. So the measurable factor also is there. So coming to cost effectiveness, cost is still coming down. So rather at 2 years back, the cost was huge, and you need to have an immersive experience. That VR device needs to be connected to a high-end computing or a high-end laptop. So because of that, many companies were not investing in virtual realities, though it has many advantages. But now only with the virtual reality headset, without connecting to a PC or a laptop, you'll be able to see that application. And cost is also drastically coming down. As more and more costs come down, more company industries will also start using it. So in this way, it can be used. So now we will see how this future of virtual reality will be, at least after this post-COVID-19 scenario in industry, when the world is moving towards a remote collaboration, online learning, and so on. So before COVID-19, virtual reality was a good to have feature. Virtual and augmented reality was a good to have feature. So now it has become a good to have feature to a must to have feature for online learning or for remote collaboration or for work when the employees are working from home. So for these things, virtual and augmented reality will play a huge role. So these are some of the areas how virtual reality can be used. So one is VR-based video conferencing. So normal video conferencing tools like the webinars we use, that Rapo or the team collaboration part is missing. But with virtual reality video conferencing, we'll be able to interact with each other using our own custom avatars. And the environment also we can choose it, like how we would participate or interact in office setup during meetings. So those environments also we can choose. By this way, teams can collaborate easily. Teams rapport will be more, and the productivity will also eventually increase. So VR based video conferencing will be used more. So even TCS has announced recently that 75% of the workforce will be working from home in the next 5 years. It is not just TCS. Even every industry is thinking of how to effectively make employees work from home. So at that point of time, VR-based video conferencing will be helpful to bring that rapport or bring that closeness in the team to increase the productivity. And the next is healthcare. So healthcare, it can be used in for training the surgeons on virtual reality on how to operate a patient. And the other area is therapy. So virtual reality based therapies can be given for the patients to recover quickly from illness. So even before COVID-19, virtual reality has been widely used in healthcare. Even we are working with one of the biggest hospital chain in Tamil Nadu for bringing virtual reality in their practice. After COVID-19, that process will further accelerate. And the third one is sports events. So sports events we know is also one of the worst hit due to COVID-19. So none of the live sports events are happening. Even our IPL is postponed and Olympic is postponed to next year. So sports events are thinking like how to bring virtual reality based live sports events to the audience. So if you are giving a live sports event in virtual reality, by wearing a virtual reality device, and if I'm viewing that event, I'll feel like as if I'm sitting inside the stadium and watching that match in a 360-degree view. And I'll also be able to interact with other participants virtually. So these possibilities are there in VR based live sports events. So many sports in events are trying to come use this concept of bringing virtual reality based live sports event. And the other thing is virtual reality based learning. So in schools and colleges, even central government has suggested at least 25% of the syllabus should be taught online or remote learning. So at that point of time, VR and of course augmented reality will be used more. If a student doesn't understand a concept easily, those difficult concepts or subjects around can be made as a virtual reality application. And when the student wears a VR device and sees that subject or the concept in virtual reality, he or she can immerse themselves in that particular concept and understand it more easily, rather than giving them in a text or video format. So VR based learning not only for colleges, schools, and even for higher education also, it will be used more. Even we have worked with some of the schools and colleges for bringing VR and AR based learning for their students. And the other thing is fitness. So fitness industry also is was hit in this COVID-19. So VR based fitness also will grow more. So wherein by wearing a VR headset, I can enter a virtual reality environment. I can choose the environment as if I'm inside the gym from the comfort of my home. And a digital instructor can instruct me to do exercises from my home itself. So VR based fitness also will be a common thing in the future. And last other area is in defense, virtual reality will be used more. So last year, even before COVID-19, US Army has made a deal with Microsoft HoloLens. So wherein US Army soldiers will be trained using Microsoft HoloLens mixed reality headset. So instead of training the soldiers in a real environment or in a warlike environment, the same thing can be simulated using Microsoft HoloLens, wherein they will be able to understand how that war environment look like, or how they need to react to a particular situation. So those things can be given to them virtually using this HoloLens. So same way, after this COVID-19 also, many countries will be reducing their defense budget and investing that budget in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. So to mitigate this reduced budget, so defense companies are, governments are going for using virtual reality to train the soldiers. So that in that way, in defense area also, you'll see more virtual reality being used. Even our Indian government is also trying to use virtual and augmented reality. So before I get into this augmented reality classes, I'll share some videos of virtual reality, and then I will discuss about this presentation. So just give me a minute. So I'll just show that video. Just wait a minute. So I'll run that video.
Welcome.
So I'll run a video of how this virtual reality based video conferencing will work. So I'll just run that video and then discuss about it. So in the meanwhile, please confirm if you're able to see that video in the chat window. So that would be helpful.
To the workspace of the future. It's a place where you can be creative in ways you didn't know possible. Feel truly together no matter where you are in the world. A workspace that you can teleport to in a matter of seconds. Welcome to Meet in VR.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for answering the chat window. Uh, so this is an example of how virtual reality video conferencing would work. As you all saw in the videos, everyone is interacting with others using their own 3D avatars or the 3D model. And the environment is also how the physical office would look like. So how they would discuss in a meeting and how they would brainstorm their ideas in a meeting room. So by the same way, it is we can simulate their environment in virtual reality also. So by this way, as I said, the team collaboration will be more, the team rapport and the closeness between the team members will be more, and productivity will increase. So with the current technology or with the current work from home feature, that team rapport or the team collaboration is missing. So but with virtual reality video conferencing, that is pretty much possible. So now we'll run one more video of virtual reality, and then I'll get back to the presentation.
We'll inject lidocaine around the wound to numb the area.
So This one is a video of how virtual reality can be used in healthcare. So for training the surgeons to learn about human anatomy and things and so on. I'll just run this video and then discuss about it.
Good. Place 4 more staples to close up the laceration.
Yeah. So this one is an example of how virtual reality can be used in healthcare industry, healthcare for training the surgeons. So even before COVID-19, many healthcare companies are using. After COVID-19, you would see that process of using virtual reality more in their practice. So now I'll get into the remaining session. So towards the end, I'll also show how we do an application using a Unity tool. So just give me a minute. I'll share the presentation again. Yeah. So far we have seen about virtual reality. So now we'll discuss about how augmented reality is used. So that is another big thing happening in augmented reality is augmented reality glasses or the smart glasses. So what are these augmented reality glasses? So these are some of the popular augmented reality glass models available in the market. So first one is from a HoloLens from Microsoft, and the third one is from Google Glass from Google, and other augmented reality glasses from the startup companies in this space, in augmented reality space. So augmented reality, how it can be used. So now we will see for both the consumers and the enterprises side. So how we saw that for virtual reality as well. So now how it can be used in enterprises. So for remote assistance and knowledge sharing. So for example, in a manufacturing setup, so employees wearing an augmented reality glass and working on a manufacturing plant. So if he encounters any issue while working, so he'll be able to interact with a subject matter expert or with other persons via his augmented reality class itself. So as I said, augmented reality just adds a digital overlay or a 3D information in the real environment. So we can give that digital information in his augmented reality glass frame itself. So whatever issues he's facing, we can give that information, or he can connect with the other participants or the subject matter expert who is at the other side of the city or other side of the planet, and get that issue rectified in quick time. So and because of that, company's productivity will be more, because since there is able to fix that issue quickly using um, augmented reality glass, and cost of operations also will go down. So if they are effectively using AR glass during this while they work. And coming to the consumer side, so whatever the day-to-day operations we do, so most of us are addicted to smartphones. So we 24/7 we are living with our smartphones. We can't imagine a day without a smartphone. Whatever the things possible with smartphones, like calling a friend, taking a picture, or using it for navigation or playing music, so everything is possible using augmented reality glass also. So so some of the things what smartphone was doing will be done using augmented reality glass. So we'll see a video of how it will be used shortly. So in this way, both in the enterprise side and the consumer side also, augmented reality glasses will be used. So on augmented reality, it's not just creating augmented reality application in mobile and tablet. So that is one part of augmented reality. Augmented reality glasses has a huge scope for every industry, from healthcare to manufacturing to retail, and also for day-to-day operation for normal users like us. So now we'll see how this future of augmented reality, virtual augmented reality will be. So we have seen VR. Now we'll discuss about AR. So one is in the manufacturing for training and remote collaboration, as I discussed in the last slide. So if an employee is wearing a AR glass and encountering an issue, you'll be able to discuss that very easily using augmented reality glass. That is on the manufacturing side. And on the coming to the automobiles, AR-based car windows will be there. So normal car windows we have seen while traveling, so we'll be able to see what's happening outside with the car window. But with the augmented reality car windows, we can display more information to the users for something like if you are traveling to a new city. In that augmented reality car windows, we can give more information about the particular the new city which you are traveling, or about we can give information like what are the places to eat, or what are the places to hang around, or the climate about the place, or even you can we can make a game, augmented reality game, just like we had a popular Pokemon Go AR game, which was a huge hit a few years back. By this way, we are making the travel experience more entertaining and as well as more informative for the users as well. So rather than having a one-dimensional view of what's happening around, so with AR car windows, we'll be able to see what's happening outside also, but this digital information also be displayed, which will make us more informative and make the travel experience more entertaining as well. And the other thing is in production design or the prototype stage, if company is using it AR, augmented reality, but the development time will reduce and the product also will come up without any much issues. And coming to the retail side, so augmented reality place smart mirrors can be used. So we when we go to purchase dress, so we all would have went to the trial rooms to try our favorite dresses what we are trying to buy. Same way with augmented reality smart mirrors, we will be able to do virtual try-ons. So if you are standing inside a 6 feet or 7 feet life-sized mirror, that mirror will capture all your details and it will display virtual dresses to you, and be able to try virtual try-ons using that augmented reality smart mirrors. That way it can be used in retail. And on the education side, augmented reality based mobile apps will be used more. So in the education, as I said, the world is moving towards online learning and remote collaboration. To make the students understand a concept easily, augmented reality mobile apps can be made, and it is easily the students also will be able to understand. So even we have done for many schools and colleges, we create augmented reality application of a human anatomy or of a heavy machine item, and they'll be able to see the in-depth details about a particular item in a more entertaining and informative way. So rather than studying that concept in a book. So these are some of the areas. Of course, there are many other areas in advertising. It can be used in healthcare. It can be used. So every industry, augmented reality will play a key role rather than virtual reality. Virtual reality will be confined to training or remote collaboration or virtual video conferencing. But augmented reality has wide scope than virtual reality. So now we'll see what some of the benefits of using this VR and AR. So one is cost savings. Of course, if you are using training the employees in virtual reality or augmented reality, cost savings will be huge. For example, 100 employees are joining your organization, and even though you effectively give them manual training, all the 100 will not have the same level of understanding. So some of them will have some doubts, and if you give them the task, they will not perform the task to their fullest. And if you give virtual reality based training, so people who don't understand the concept alone can run n number of time and understand the concept and then work on real time. So by this way, productivity will be more, and they'll be not depend upon others to finish the task. About cost savings are there, increased security, so it helps detect and eliminate threats, and better time to market if you're involving VR or AR at the prototype stage. So it will be more time to market without any issues during development time, and prevents accidents and disruption. So employees who get trained in VR or AR along with traditional trainings is less likely to cause error compared to people who got trained only in a traditional way or without VR and AR. So these are some of the benefits of using VR and AR for the any industries which they use it. So before we get into the videos of augmented reality, I'll quickly explain this slide. So far I have talked virtual and augmented reality as a standalone technology. so or how it can be used in industries. But augmented reality's full potential can be unleashed only when augmented reality is combined with other technologies like Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, or with cloud computing. So only when it is combined with other technologies only, many things are possible with augmented reality. For example, as you could see from the current picture in the slide, so a person is inside a warehouse. So he's just showing his augmented reality mobile application in his tablet. After he scans that warehouse using that mobile application, some real-time value is being shown in his augmented reality application. So some real-time values like there are 5 items remaining and some color-coded values are there. So this 5 items remaining is like number of items which is remaining in that particular shelf or the particular compartment. So by knowing these things, he will be able to work on that particular shelf or compartment around, rather than checking the whole warehouse whether everything is in place or not. So how it can be done is, so by getting the real-time value from the IoT sensors, then that real-time information can be shown as a front end in augmented reality. So by this way, it will be useful for more industries and organization rather than using augmented reality or virtual reality as a standalone technology. So it has to be combined with other technologies like, as I mentioned in this current slide, with Internet of Things or AI. So now we'll quickly see what are the development tools available to develop a VR or AR application. So these are some of the popular tools. Of course, there are many others. Unity, Unreal, Euphoria, AR Core, AR Kit, Wikitude. These are the tools with which we'll develop VR and AR apps. So Unity and Unreal are game engines for creating these apps. Euphoria is used for image scannings for marker based application. We use Euphoria. AR Core and AR Kit are SDKs for Android and iOS. So just like we create mobile apps for Android and iOS separately, we will be creating augmented reality based mobile apps using AR Core for Android and using AR Kit for iOS. And Wikitude is also like a marker based thing, just like Euphoria. So these are the development tools available. So now we'll quickly run some videos of augmented reality and then we'll get back to the discussion. Just give me a minute. So I'll share the video now. This is an example of how augmented reality glass can be used. So as I said, how it can be used as a second smartphone or something like that. So I'll just run that video and discuss about that. I hope you all are able to see that video.
Introducing the world's first pair of smart glasses to match your lifestyle and your mood. Regular earphones transmit sound through the air, but Vue's bone conduction speakers transmit it through vibrations. Sent directly to your inner ear, only you can hear it.
Hi, Judy. Let's get today started.
Bone conduction lets you stay aware of your surroundings, even as you enjoy your music. Vue is built for people who use prescription glasses, sunglasses, and even stylists. At an ultra-light 28 grams, it won't bring you down. Vue talk to your phone via Bluetooth. The app can perform a range of different tasks without checking your phone, like take a call, hands-free.
You have a call from Leslie.
Hey Leslie, what's going on? Get directions
In 200 feet, turn left on 10th Street.
or control your music. Vue is designed for work and play. It has a water-resistant housing and built-in activity tracking.
You ran 6,000 steps today and burned 350 calories. Nice job.
You can set friendly reminders.
Hey, Dylan, you've been sitting for a while. Let's take a break.
And it's simple to customize the long press and the double tap.
The time is 3:35 p.m.
Always losing your specs? With Find My Glasses, you can easily locate them anywhere. View has two designs.
Yeah, so this is an example of how augmented reality glass will be used, the features which we use in smartphones. So, and the good thing is, it is like you'll not lose sight of what is happening around also. So without disturbing your what's happening in your real world, you'll be able to get this information. So compared to smartphones where you'll be taking for using our hands to check all these items, but this comes hands free, and also we'll be able to see what's happening around also. So we'll be soon in the place where we'll not be able to differentiate whether a person is wearing a normal reading glass or armor power glass or a augmented reality glass. So even the example which I have shown, it looks like a normal power glass. Even you can use that as a power glass as well, but it is the smart glass where you'll be getting this information which I have shown in the video. So now I'll show some videos of what we have done in augmented reality. So I also pasted the feedback form link. So please fill the feedback, or if you have any comments on the webinar, also please post that in the feedback form. So in the meantime, I'll show some other video of what we have done in this augmented reality space. Yeah, I hope you all are able to see that heavy engine AR video. So this one we have done for one of our manufacturing clients, wherein this is an prototype of an engine model. So what are the different types, different parts inside the engine? Any employee who is working on it will be able to see it easily using augmented reality. So if they click on explode button, so they'll be able to explode and see all the different parts in an engine very detailedly. As zoom in, zoom out, and rotate will they'll be able to more detail. They'll be able to see. So I'll just read that, play that video, and run that video now, and then skip. Yeah, so this one we have done using AR Core, which I have talked about the development tools. Using this one is for the Android mobile and Android tablets. So I'll run one more video, the same type of thing, how it is done using image target. So yeah, I have posted the feedback link now. So please fill the feedback form as well. So this video is about how the image target works. So as I said, after scanning the particular image alone, the application will work. So if you scan a different image, or even if you open application, that particular application will not work. But only the particular image which I gave as the image target around will work. So in this example, I have given the image target as my company logo. I have given as the image target. Once I show my company logo, scan the company logo around, that particular application will work. So now I'll just run that video and then discuss about that. Yes, sure. I'll show the Unity tool how it is working after this video. Yeah, this is an example of how only scanning that particular image alone it works. So for this we use two tools. One is Unity and Euphoria as well. So Euphoria for image target. So now I'll show how that Unity tool works as well. So just give me a minute. So in the meanwhile, if you have questions also, please post that. So after the showing the Unity tools, I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Just give me a minute. I'll open the Unity tool now. So this one is the, I think you all are able to see the, I guess you all are able to see the Unity tool which I am sharing. So in this, we have created a small 3D model, wherein the 3D model of a car, and image target I have given my company logo as the image target. So once I show that in particular image alone, that 3D car model will pop up or will appear inside that application. So please, I'll just show that how that works. So just give me a minute. For that, I need to switch on my video as well. Just so I have switched on the video as well. Just so it will take some time to load in the Unity tool since it is the files are heavy. Just wait for a moment. So once that loads, I'll be able to share. Yeah, it's loading. But this is how we work using this Unity tool. So to let loads, I can explain about this Unity tool. So we'll be importing the 3D models inside this tool, and we'll be splitting up the 3D models also, just like how we saw in the previous example. After it explodes, that different types are shown. So all those things will be done here. And programming part, we do it using C# programming, and Visual Studio is the editor we use. In that we do that programming part for the explode, assemble, rotate, or whatever the different function we need. So everything we'll be giving that in the programming tool, and then we'll be making that as an APK. So if you have created mobile applications, you will know what APK is. APK is the packaging of that application and then putting that inside a Play Store or in the Apple Store. So the same similar way, we're creating that as an APK, and that APK we can be able to view that in a mobile or a tab, and then we'll be able to upload that in Play Store and in Apple Store. I think it's my Unity is still taking time, so I think it's better to get into Q&A. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you'll be. Are you all able to see? I have just shown my company logo, which is the image target. After showing that image logo alone inside the Unity tool, the particular the car 3D model is shown. Are you all able to see that? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the answers. Yeah, this is how we do it using Unity and Euphoria. So Unity is for developing it. Euphoria is used for giving the image target. So this is one of the example of using Unity and Euphoria for developing the applications. Yeah. So now we'll get back to the presentation again. Just give me a minute. So now we'll get into question and answers. So far quickly explained about where here and videos, and I also shown how it can be used with the Unity tool. So Now, please post your questions. So probably for the next 5 minutes, we can take up all your questions. So are there already there are a few questions. Let me just check and answer in the chat window. Yeah. Yeah, from Aravind, he has asked, with due respect, you have a large affinity towards AR, but you hardly emphasized on VR and its usefulness. That's right, Aravind. So due to, it's not affinity towards AR or VR, it's about the time constraint. So we all have only maximum 1.5 hours for this session. And I also want to make sure I'm not boring everyone or don't want to waste everyone's time. That's why I emphasized more on AR and than on VR. So that's the only reason, and not like biased towards AR. Yeah, and from Kancharla Sai, is there any items which can't be detected by this reality? Anything can be detected, but it all depends upon whatever the image target I have given. So the image should be pretty much visible. So if that image is distorted or not clearly shown, then it will not detect. So any object, even a 3D object or a physical object also can be detected. It's not just only images. See if there are any other questions. Yeah, Unity tool I have shown. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So can you explain the difference between VR and AR? Yeah, of course. AR is like it brings the digital information in your real world. VR is like you will be in the digital world. So that way you can take it. So since VR is immersiveness, you will feel like as if you are inside the environment. AR is like all those 3D environment or the digital world will be interacting with you in real world. So that is the simple explanation of what VR and AR is. And from Vikram Kumar, for our new starter, what are the minimum hardware support need to buy? Yeah, hardware. If you go for VR, it is as it's cost intensive. It is like you need to have a good computing laptop, and on top of that, you also need a good virtual reality head mounted device. Also, this itself will be a huge cost. But I would suggest to start with augmented reality. So with augmented reality, you can install Unity tool, free version you can install, and with that you can try start with augmented reality, and then with Euphoria and Wikitude, then you can go with VR. So the development is pretty much same, only the settings will be different for developing for VR and AR. As far as the programming and designing tools, it will be the same for both VR and AR. Settings will be different. And this AR or digital, how much it costs on overall to do beginning level project as a PTech project? That's what, as a PTech project, if you want to VR, it will be pretty much costly. It will go with the AR. So AR only a good laptop and a Unity and Euphoria tool is pretty much enough. So with that, you'll be able to do. Can you explain, Sajan? Can you explain whole 6 degrees of freedom? Because of them, three seems same with other three. 6 degrees of freedom. 3 degrees of freedom detects only your head movement. So that is what is 3 degrees of freedom. 6 degrees of freedom tracks your body movement also, as well as with the head movements. For example, once you wear a 6 degrees of freedom headset and walk around, you will feel like as if you are walking inside that particular virtual reality application. So that is possible only with 6 DOFs of headset. And from Sophia, is there is any drawback in VR and AR? Of course, any technology has its advantages and disadvantages. So VR and AR also has its drawbacks as well. Drawbacks with VR is eye irritation might be there if you are using VR devices for a longer period of time. Of course, there are research going on to mitigate that issue. And AR pretty much not that much drawback is there. But since I said it is like best of both worlds, like even though you'll be able to you'll be aware of what is going on in physical world. If you're using or interacting more with the digital world, you will lose sight of what is happening around the physical world also. That is, I would say, as a drawback in here. So, and which is best between VR and AR? So that depends upon use cases. So if you go for training or remote collaboration and for video conferencing, VR is best. And for all other purposes, AR is best. So for other purposes, what we have discussed, AR will be more useful than VR. And what is the programming language used from Naga Kirtanadevi? Programming language, Unity, we use C Sharp. And for web-based thing, we will use JavaScript. So any sensors required, so sensors are not required for whatever the demos I have shown, but kinet sensors are used to track the body movements. So for that, kinet sensors are used. Of course, C-Sharp is used. Another question: how do you see the future of robotics with AR? What tools are used for educating in VR? The future of robotics with AR. So AR will be pretty much used in every industry is there. So it's not only be confined to education or healthcare or manufacturing. Every industry will be using AR, and in robotic also it will be pretty much used. So as I said, combining AR with artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. So it will be having more scope in the near future. So what tools are used for educating in VR? So in VR, same Unity tool only we use. And for example, if a student wants to learn how solar system is, so that application we can create in virtual reality using Unity tool. So wherein after wearing a VR headset and seeing that application, the student will feel that as if they are inside the solar system altogether. So by that way, they'll be we can develop the tools. So from Anand Babu, no programming language needed. So programming, as I said, C Sharp is needed, but comparatively to other technologies, programming is pretty easy compared to other programming languages or other technologies. So which is better? Of course, VR is better, and as always dependent on use cases. How to develop app in AR? So app in AR, we're using Unity tools and Wikitool we can get, and we also give training to college students on creating a virtual and augmented reality apps. So we go to college and give them 3 days or 1 week training. So completely they on creating virtual reality and augmented reality application. Also we teach them. And so a few more questions. So please wait. Can we use XR now? How it will different from others? So XR is like just a combination of both virtual and augmented reality, sir, from Dr. Alok Singh. So XR is mixed reality or extended reality is what we call as XR. So it's just like using both virtual and augmented reality. So how it will be different from others is, so by combining this virtual and augmented reality together is what is called as mixed reality XR. So Microsoft HoloLens is one of the examples wherein even though you wear a Microsoft HoloLens device, you'll be able to see the digital information in your HoloLens, as well as you'll be able to interact in your physical world also. So that way it is a mixed reality or extended reality device. So which tools? I answered Unity, Euphoria only we use. Any open source. So open source, you can go for Unity. Unity free license itself you can learn. So Unreal also you can try, but comparatively Unity is easy compared to Unreal game engine. If you use in Python and Java, of course you can use, but we have not used that. So Python and Java, Python will be used for IoT and other things. But for VR and AR apps, so we use predominantly C# and JavaScript. So advantages and disadvantages, I already answered that. So advantages, whatever we have discussed, cost savings to better time to market to other things. Disadvantages, eye irritation will be there, and the cost is huge for virtual reality setup. Of course, cost is coming down. So this is some of the disadvantages I would say. And from Dr. Jamil, for implementing AR, VR and medical image processing, what programming language is used? Sir, programming language is Unity only will be used. So image processing depend upon. So there are some companies working on how to make pinpoint the problems with that DICOM or X-ray image easily, rather than seeing that in a 2D format. So that way also it is used. Any educational tools with AR? So of course, there are many educational labs and things with AR. Even we created a human anatomy app for a school with augmented reality. So which is cost efficient from Google Preserve in AR basic needs. Cost efficient is AR. So since it is no other hardware required, AR is best. But if you want a complete immersive experience, you have to go for virtual reality. Cutting edge technology and AR same. Cutting edge technologies, you have cutting edge technology. There are many cutting edge technologies. It's not just AR and VR. So even cyber security is there, cloud computing. So all these are cutting edge technologies, are industry 4.0 tech. So AR or VR is one of the cutting edge technologies in that whole list. A Snapchat application, the AR was used. Yes, Jagdish, Snapchat, they've used AR, not just Snapchat. Lenskart has used, Nike has used. So many companies are using AR. What's the basic tools which can tell up? Yeah, basic tool, Unity you can try. Still, there are some more messages. Just give me a minute. So if there are repeat questions, I'll just skip. Yeah, disadvantages, advantages, I have said. Yeah. Can you use the C sharp? Yeah, we use C sharps and not C or C++. Yeah, I think I've answered all the questions. Shall we use both VR and AR at that time? Yeah, that is possible with Microsoft HoloLens, I said. So that is a mixed reality headset. With mixed reality, you can use both VR and AR at the same time. So from Vema Lakshmi, how cloud computing is combined with AR? Good question. How cloud computing is? Cloud computing is like you're having your database in a virtual environment or a virtual database. So you're not having a database physically. So that's what straightforward cloud computing is. With AR, we can access that cloud computing information and showing it in augmented reality. So that by that way, cloud computing and augmented reality can be used. Yeah, I think I have answered most of your questions. Blockchain technologies connect with AR and VR. Yes, every technology is interconnected with AR and VR. So blockchain also is connected, but the the thing with the blockchain is it's still at its earlier stages. So once it is mainstream, we'll be able to do more with things with blockchain with VR and AR. As IoT is pretty much evolved compared to IoT or AI or cloud computing is evolved compared to blockchain. So by that way, we are able to connect easily with these technologies than blockchain. Once blockchain also evolves, we'll be able to use them with VR and AR. Can I say best example for both VR and AR? So there are many things for from whatever the examples I have shown. So if you want, I can just email me. I'll share the links. So research topics on AR and VR. Of course, many research is going on AR and VR. So right from healthcare to manufacturing, even manufacturing companies are looking for remote collaboration and remote working after COVID-19. So for manufacturing, how to do remote collaboration using VR and AR is one of the biggest research going on. So how smart glasses are made? What are sensors? Sensor kinet sensors we can use for body tracking. And how smart glasses are made? I'm not sure about what are the components they have in that. Nanda Kumar. Yeah. So the sure we'll have practical sessions. Sarun Kumar, thank you. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Kiran, sir, once again, and the college management for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to wholeheartedly thank all the participants for patiently listening and posting so much questions and giving me an answer to, giving me a chance to answer those questions as well. So thank you very much. So over to Dr. Kiran, sir. So I hope you all have filled the feedback. So please fill that feedback. So it will be helpful for me to connect with you or get your comments and improve my presentation and webinar skills as well. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Vijay, sir. Thank you for accepting our request.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I will send the feedback link in this also.
Yeah, okay, sir.
In the group also, I'll send your feedback, sir. I'll ask all of them to fill that feedback.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
A wonderful session, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And if I request all the participants, if you want to arrange the same program, you can contact Vijay, sir. He shared your details also. You can contact him, or if you want to establish any AR lab in your college, also you can contact Vijay, sir. So,
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah.
yes, sir. Sir, most of the people are asking for PPT, sir. Can you share it, sir, so that I can post it in the group?
Yes, sir. I will. Yes, sir. We will discuss, sir. I'll probably call you, sir, on that. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
one more thing is left. Actually, we told that we'll send the assessment at last. So now I am
Okay.
posting the assessment link, sir.
Okay,
So
sir.
now 20 minutes. I gave only simple questions, and we have 20 minutes to all of them to fill this sheet. Actually,
Okay.
so if they fill and score 50%, they will get a certificate tomorrow, sir.
Okay, fine, sir. Fine.
Just now I have posted this one.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, bye, sir.